Pinellas Kane has a question here. Just
Held them, hold them.
basically,
Probably tried to type in wholesome and
oh
it
yeah,
autocorrect to hold them.
yeah. Just basically a philosophy on who you match up against whom in practice. Saying, is it true that Mario runs the ones versus the ones in practice? If so, will that alone make us a better team because of competition alone? Do you have a particular strategy or philosophy about how many times you want the ones against the ones, twos against twos versus mixing it up?
Um, in my personal experience, you have times where that works, and it's not only probably about 30% of the time that you do it that way. Where when you really want guys to take it to a different level because the guy across from them is a starter also. Because a lot of practice is developing your backups just as much as you're developing the starters. So in order to do that, you want the starter to go up against the backup so that they can eventually try to get here. But then you mix up times where the two starters go at it so that they can help each other go like this, competing back and forth. Um, but like I said, I would split it probably like 70-30 as far as times where you really get 1v1s that get a chance to go at it. Now, these times are when we're really going to test something that we want to do on coming up in the game, or early on in camp, or early on in spring. Why? Because there's enough time to where if something does happen injury wise, we can recover from that. So we want to see them go at it and see, especially coming off of this time in summer camp, who's been training, who's been grinding, who stayed here, who didn't go home, who's in that playbook. And we just go out and we call, hey, cover zero, and we go for a while with one back, and let's see, we're gonna do one drive straight down, 1v1s. And let's see who really wants this. Let's see who stands out. And especially on that O-line, D-line mark, or inside run, where you got the nose and the center, and then the tackle, left tackle, and the right, and they just line up 3 and 3, and the running back and the linebacker. And who wants to hit today? Okay, you got that coming in, and you do that with the ones, and then hey, pups, you throw all the freshmen out there and see them go at it. Where you would have a Cyrus Moss go up against Jalen Skinner in their one-on-one drills to see who's been training, who did the ab workout in the legs and the squat, who's been grinding, or who thinks that they already got it and already smelling their own ass. That kind of stuff. Who needs to be humbled? Who needs to be woken up? Because there are some players who like to coast through practice and they're sitting in the back and they don't want to be a part of the drills and they're not getting called up. And oh no, come on to the middle of this circle, get some of this. And that kind of stuff happens. And it's exciting, it's fun. But to answer that question, I would say probably about 30% of the time you get the one on ones, the first team defense, first team offense out there competing against each other to make each other better. Does it do that? Absolutely. You're able to take practice to another notch. It usually sparks things. So if coaches feel like we're being a little too lackluster, we might do some up downs, we might do some gassers, some running, and then they'll make the ones go out there and do it again if it doesn't feel like what it needs to feel like. The intensity level, the grind, and going after one another. They usually do that to get things sparked up so that when we do go to film, so that when we do go to individuals and we break off to offense defense, when they're talking to the younger players or the other players, that's how it's supposed to look. That's how you do cover three. That's how we do quarters coverage. That's how we do zone run. That's how we do trap. That's how you're supposed to flip your hips and double team that three technique to the line. All that kind of stuff. So that, to answer your question, a little long winded, but I get fired up when we start talking about practice. I love it. I love practice.